All right. Hey everybody, welcome to Club Crochet Live, Crocheting 101 Live I should say, because today we are finishing up our beanie that we were working on last week. So you can see I have made the majority of the body here. Well, I mean the whole body. We're on the brim, this part right here if you're looking on the video there. So yeah, we're gonna be making the brim today, but before we get started, I want to just do a little show and tell and tell you about how you can support the channel and stuff like that. So we'll start with the supporting the channel thing. If you'd like to support this channel, there's a couple different ways to do it. First off, you can become a Club Crochet member. Members get early access to future patterns, access to my rough drafts. They get access to all of the Club Crochet library, which is a bunch of patterns, all of which have video tutorials. They even get monthly kits mailed to their door, and plans start at only $5 a month, and you can even get a free trial. You can learn more at clubcrochet.com. It really, really helps out. If you're interested in it, if you like crocheting, you probably will like it. So check it out. You can also help support this channel by just subscribing down below, sharing this with anybody that you think might be interested. You can get merch. I'm wearing some of the merch today. Whoop. Professional hooker. That's me. So you can get t-shirts like this. There's links right down below. There's going to be links in the Club Crochet shop pretty soon. And then the last way you can help support is you can super chat. So there's this new thing on YouTube here where you can super chat and have your comment like featured, and it'll be featured right here on the top right corner. I'm pointing, yeah. Okay, so those are the main things. And yeah, now I just want to share some stuff that I've been doing this week. The first thing is there's a brand new pattern on, oopsies, I messed something up. It looks like it might be a little laggy. Let me know if it's being laggy in the comments. I'm reading them. The first thing I want to show off is there's a brand new pattern on Club Crochet this week that I just finished out. It just came out and I'm very proud of it. And I made this little thing on this live stream right here. Check that out. So we made a bonsai tree. It's the newest pattern here. You can see. Here's another. Here's it in person. So you can see how big it is. So if you want to learn how to crochet a bonsai tree, there's a link right there in the top right corner. It's a really easy pattern. I think beginners could probably do this pretty easily. If you can make this beanie, you can probably make this. The hardest part is the grass. Let me get on camera here. Is the grass, but it's really not too tough. It's just a really unique stitch. It's called the loop stitch. There's a tutorial coming out very soon on this channel, so make sure to subscribe if you're not. And let's see what else. Oh, I've been crocheting. I've been messing with bulky yarn, so I actually ordered by accident a bunch of bulky yarn. I meant to order regular yarn for those for the bonsai kit here, the green yarn, but I messed up and I bought bulky yarn instead. So I used it to make a giant goblin. Look how big this guy is. He's so big. And here is a mini one that I made a few weeks ago, so you can see the difference in yarn. So I just thought it was really cool. I wanted to share it with you guys. I think it's so cool. It's like a baseball. I could like chuck this. I don't know. I just thought it was really neat and wanted to share it with you guys. And then another thing that I made this week. Here, let's get this bonsai out of the way. Another thing that I made this week is I've been working on tutorials on Club Crochet for kawaii faces. So here is one of my kawaii faces that I've made to kind of test it out. So I think I'm going to start doing more tutorials about like, here's how to make this kind of face and that kind of face. And then eventually add it into the build your own patterns, which I'm currently working on. So yeah, I just thought it was kind of cool and wanted to share that with you guys as well. But yeah, feel free to say hi in the comments. I'll be reading them, especially in between rows here. Now, when we get to this beanie pattern, this pattern is really repetitive when we get here. So we're just making this part of the brim. And where we left off last, we made the majority of the beanie. So like the main section of it. So if you are making the beanie and you're not sure if you have it the right size, try it on your head And if it goes just beyond the ears, see, just like halfway down my ear, that's where you want it to get to. So I said I was going to do 12 rounds, but I actually did 13. So I did one extra round to make it just a little bit longer. I'm going to not wear that beanie right now. I know my hair is not great, but it is warm in here. So that's where you want to get to. So once you get to that part, you can switch off to this brim part of the pattern, which I'll be teaching you how to do for the first like 3 or 4 rounds, and then I'll just kind of keep going along. And if you have any questions, you should let me know in the comments. So speaking of which, let's go through them really quick. Wow, you guys are chatting away. You thought the kawaii was flat? Yeah, I know, right? It's kind of cool how you can do it on a little rounded thing. Yeah, kawaii is Japanese for cute. Yeah, so it's just a cute face. So I'm gonna do videos of how to do a bunch of different kinds of cute faces. Yeah. Okay. So, and if you haven't been following along in the previous live stream, we're using worsted weight yarn. I'm using Vanna's Choice yarn for this pattern, but anything worsted weight would probably work. I would avoid using cottons. Maybe go towards a wool. I'm trying out wool ease. Actually, last night I started a second beanie. I'm trapped. There we go. This is my second one that I was working on last night to make sure that I knew what I was doing for this brim, which it's really easy. So I was just basically wanted to make another beanie. This one is wool ease, and it's kind of nice. It's gonna probably be a lot warmer, because it's got wool in it. But we're using Vanna's Choice today, which is another yarn that I absolutely love. I've made hundreds of beanies in this yarn. I think it's a good yarn to use. Let's put this back. Oh no, I'm dropping things. Dropping milkshakes. Look at this cute milkshake. Okay, enough show and tell. Let's get hooking. Let's rock and roll. I'm so talkative right now, which is probably good. I'm a little tired, but I think that coffee is just kicking in. I just realized I found a second pair of scissors. That's nice, because I always lose these things. We don't need our scissors right now, so we'll just keep them up in the corner here. Okay. Let's toss that down there. Oh, and we have a couple moderators in the chat also, so if I miss anything, hit them up and make sure to, like, especially if you have questions. Is worsted weight the same as double knitting? I don't think so. I'm not sure. Worsted weight means that it's the thickness of the yarn. So it's also called medium weight. So medium weight and worsted weight are like the same thing. It's just the thickness of the yarn. It means like this, you know. Bulky yarn, which I don't think I have any near me. Well, bulky yarn is like significantly thicker. It's like that big. And then fingering weight and like sock weight yarn is like really thin. You can make something like, well, this is made with embroidery thread, but sock weight yarn is actually pretty close to embroidery thread. So it's really, really small yarn or thread in general. Lizzie, thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you. You are amazing. So there's a perfect example of super chat. So if you super chat, you actually get seen on screen there forever and ever. Thank you so very much, Lizzie. You rock my socks. I really appreciate you. Thank you very much. Yeah, you rock. Okay, well, let's get hooking. I'll stop getting distracted and getting all excited about super chats that are awesome. Okay. So, last time we left off, we learned what round N was. Round N is the amount of stitches that you have all the way around in a circle divided by 6. So, I had 12. So, my stitches around were 72. I divided that by 6, and now we have 12 for our letter N is going to be 12. Okay. I know that's kind of confusing. If you're reading along in the written version of the patterns, which you can get really easily by just going to clubcrochet.com/beanie, there's a link right here. If you go there, it'll also just tell you what size you're at, what your round N is based on what size you ended up at. But for us, we're at 12. So to start our brim, let me minimize this. Hello, by the way. I see you in the chats. Hi, D&D Maps. Hi, Isabel Wells. I see you guys all in the chat. I just want to teach how this is done before I keep chatting away. So to start the brim, we want to chain our letter N plus 2. So for us, our letter N is 12. So we want to chain 12 plus 2. And the extra 2 is because we're going to be turning around. So 12 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And then I want to add 2 on top of it. 1 and 2. Can you guys hear that hitting? Let's see. Oh, you can. That's really loud, huh? Someone's just knocking away out there. They're just hitting a piece of wood with a hammer or something. It's good live streaming audio. It's really, really nice for the live stream. Oh yes, okay, sorry. Someone asked what the gauge is. The gauge is, yeah, four rounds and 4 stitches per inch. That's what the gauge is. And the gauge, if you're curious and you don't know what gauge means, it means how many stitches per inch. So if you take a little ruler here and you measure, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches per inch, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 rounds per inch. So that's how you measure gauge. And yes, you do hear Animal Crossing music. Okay, so we chained 14 because we had our N plus 2. Now we want to half double crochet back down the chains. So we're actually going to turn it because you want to have the inside of the beanie looking at you. Okay, because we're going to be working down this way on the beanie. So you don't want to work down that side with the outside facing you. You want the inside facing you. And we're going to skip our first 2 chains. Let's unblur this camera here, because it seems a little looks pretty good. Okay, so we're skipping 2, 1, 2, and then we're gonna just half double crochet all the way down, back down the piece. So for a half double crochet, we're going to yarn over, skip our 2 chains, 1 and 2, and working into the 3rd chain from the hook, go into that 3rd chain, yarn over with another end of yarn and pull that through the loop. And now you should have 3 loops on the hook. And to finish up a half double crochet, you yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops, just like that. And we'll just half double crochet all the way down this chain. So let's keep going. We want 1 half double crochet per chain. So let's go into the next one right here. We yarn over, go into that next chain right here, yarn over a 2nd time and pull that through. Still looks blurry to me. Let's see if I can fix that. Sorry, all this troubleshooting, huh? Well, at least we don't have someone hitting a piece of wood right behind our heads or anything. Okay, and then finish up the half double crochet by yarning over and pulling through all 3. Let's do it again. Yarn over, go into the next chain right here. Yarn over again, pull through. Yarn over finally and pull through all 3 loops on the hook. And how you know where the next half double crochet is, if you kind of open it up here, you can see that stitch is really stretched out. And that's because we already worked a half double crochet into that one. So we want to go to the next one. So yarn over, we're going to skip that one that's really stretched out and go into the next chain right here. Pull through, yarn over, pull through. And half double crochets are kind of like, I don't know why they call them half double crochets. I think it's a really bad name for them, but it is what they call them. And it's called that because it's not quite a double crochet and it's not quite a single crochet. It's a half of a double crochet, which really technically would mean it's a single crochet, but we're not going technically here. We're just crocheting with American terms. Okay, so we'll keep going down. It looks clear to T7. That's good to know. Okay, I'll try to keep it as clear as I can here. We're just going to keep half double crocheting down. You should have 11 half double crochets, so you want to stop one chain early. Well, I'm doing 11 because I have 12, so it'll be whatever your round N is minus 1. So for me, it's 11 half double crochets. Basically, you're just stopping one chain before the end of the round. So if you look at your chains here, you see we have one left right there. That's before we get to the brim here. These are the rim stitches, which we're going to be working into. So notice where these rim stitches are and where the chains end. And you can kind of barely see it, but there's one more chain in our chain here. Okay, so when you get to the end here, to this last chain, you want to do a single crochet 2 together using both that final chain and the first stitch on the rim. What does that mean? So a single crochet 2 together means that we're going to go into the next chain. We're going to start by going into this next chain right here. And we're going to pull a loop through, kind of like we're doing a single crochet into that chain. Just want to pull one loop through there. And now you want to go into the first stitch on the rim right here. Go into that first stitch on the rim and pull a second loop through the rim. You should have 3 loops on the hook, but one is coming through the chain and one is coming through the rim. Now to finish up the single crochet 2 together, we're just going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on the hook. A single crochet 2 together is another way to do a decrease, and I do it here so that it kind of pulls your stitch to be perpendicular to the rim. Okay, so after you finish doing that single crochet 2 together, and don't worry, we're going to be doing this a lot. This is going to be I'll be doing this again, so you'll see it again. Once you finish that single crochet 2 together, you want to slip stitch 3 along the rim of your beanie. So right here, we want to slip stitch into 3 more stitches. So starting right here, we'll go 1 slip stitch. You just yarn over and pull through. It's like the easiest one. There's 1, go into the next stitch right here, 2, 3. Okay, so you just go into that stitch, pull it all the way through. 3 slip stitches. Once you have those 3 slip stitches, we've got our beanie, the brim started. Now we can turn our piece around. This is important. You don't want to turn it this way. You want to turn it this way, so clockwise. Because you want this end to go around like that. You want this end that is attached to the ball of yarn to go around your piece like so. That's important because we're going to use that little end when it comes to the next round. So you turn our piece. And now we want to half double crochet, working into the back loops only of these stitches. I know that sounds complicated, but it's not. It's really easy. All you're going to do is you're going to yarn over, and we're going to start half double crocheting, but we're going to skip our first 3 slip stitches that we made. So remember those slip stitches? We're going to skip those. So it's kind of hard to see on this screen, but those 3 slip stitches are the ones that look like little V's right here. And we want to skip 3 of them. So we want to skip 1, 2, 3. And we only want to work into the back loops of the next one. So right here, that's the back loop. This one, this would be the front loop. This would be both loops. But this one right there is going to be the back loop of the third one away. So skip 3, 1, 2, 3, working into that back loop. We're going to half double crochet. So we yarn over, 1, 2, 3, back loop only, right here. Pull through, then yarn over and pull through 3. And we're going to do that all the way up. We're just going to half double crochet, working into those back loops only. And Melbell brings up a good point. We should rename the back loop to just be calling it bloop. Yeah, so you're gonna work into the bloops. Work into bloops all the way up. Yarn over, go into the next back loop right here. Pull a loop through, then yarn over and pull through all of them. So just half double crocheting, working into the back loops only, all the way up. And there should be 12 half double crochets if you have 12 stitches. So it's whatever your round N is. So if you had 10, then you'll only have 10 half double crochets. But for me, it should be 12 because I'm working a medium-sized beanie. Okay. Continually working into those back loops. I think that's 12, but let's go ahead and count. Our first one is going to be this one all the way down here at the base. You see this, there's this weird, gosh, I really feel like it looks so unfocused to me. Ooh, that's really out of focus. That's pretty good. Okay, so if you go all the way down to the base of to the brim here, to the rim of the brim, you'll see the first one, it kind of is encased by another piece. So this strand here is because we went around the back side of it, and we want this strand actually. We actually want this one. But under that strand, you can see the half double crochet is right here. Right there. So if we count up from that one, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got all 12 of them. Okay. Stormy, hi, bye. Hi and bye. Okay. And hello, Zachary. How are you? Okay, so we're turning around now. We want to, this part's less important on which way you turn, but I would say just continually turn it clockwise. So we're going to turn it like that. And what we're going to do is we're going to chain 2. This is going to be row 3. So now we're working in rows. I should have said that earlier, but prior we were working in rounds, meaning we were working in a spiral. But now we're turning after each row, and we're going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, all the way around. So we turn around, and we chain 2. 1, 2. And we're going to half double crochet into the back loops only all the way down until we get to 1 stitch before the end. So just like how we did on the chains, we half double crochet until we get to the last one there. So that's going to be whatever your round N is minus 1 again. So for us that's going to be 11 because I'm working a size medium. Okay, so and again we're working into those back loops. So only this one right here. Okay, not both of them, but only the back one. And you'll see by working in those back loops, not only does it make it more elastic, so it stretches a little bit, but also it gives you this ribbed kind of look to the brim. All right, so we're half double crocheting, we're yarning over, going into the back loop only, skipping our chains, and we're gonna half double crochet 11 times. So there's 1, yarn over, into that back loop, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Okay, so there should be 11 half double crochets now. And now when we get to the end here, you're going to see this weird bar, this weird stitch. And that's because when we flipped it around, remember how we left that one weird long end? So it's going to be right here. You can see it kind of popping out there. See? We're going to work into that. If you don't have that, that means you turned the wrong way, but it's fine. It's really not the end of the world. So just find a place to get your crochet hook into, basically. If you don't have that little end there. But if you do have that end, what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet 2 together, starting in first one through that back loop, and then the second one through the first the connecting stitch on the rim. I know there's a lot of words, so let me just show you really nice and slow. So we're going to start with this one right here. For a single crochet 2 together, we're going into the next stitch, which for us that's that bar, that one weird piece of yarn there. We're going to yarn over and pull through that like we're doing a single crochet into that. But we're not going to finish that stitch. Now we're going to go into the next stitch on the rim. Right here, that's their connecting stitch on the rim. Yarn over and pull through. And then yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops. And that's going to be a single crochet 2 together, which, like I said before, it decreases it and kind of pulls it to be perpendicular. Okay. And then to finish this up, we're going to slip stitch 3, working into these rim stitches right here. So slip stitch 3. So 1, 2, 3. And for a slip stitch, we're going in, yarning over, pulling through, and then pulling through the loop. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, that's going to be the end of row 3. So we're going to be repeating that, going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, over and over until we get all the way around our beanie. So from here on, it's just really repetitive. I'm going to show you how to do it again, but it's really very repetitive after this. But in the meantime, now that we're at a repetitive point, let's say hi to everybody a little bit more here. Hello, Emilio. Emilio is my best friend. He's in the chat right now and hopefully working on his beanie. He was doing yoga earlier. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, that's interesting. Fenton says that they say the same in French about the half double crochet. Bride is a double crochet, and then demi bride is a half double crochet. So it's like, yeah. That's interesting. All right, very cool. And yet, oh, I already said that. Yes, you're hearing Animal Crossing music. Okay, so once you finish those 3 slip stitches, we can turn our piece. Remember, you're turning it clockwise, like that, so that we can get that bar around it. And we're going to skip our 3 slip stitches. So skip those, 1, 2, 3. And we're gonna half double crochet working into the back loops only all the way up. So we're gonna yarn over, skip 3 slip stitches, 1, 2, 3, and then half double crochet into that back loop. 1, 2, 3. And we're just gonna keep going up. There should be 12. So all of your round N. 12 for me. Yeah, I love Animal Crossing music. I think it's the perfect thing to play in the background. First off, I don't get copyright strikes for Animal Crossing music, which is nice. But also, it's just really nice, relaxing music. Okay. So that's going to be the end of that row. Just working half double crochets all the way up. And then now all we do is we turn clockwise again. We chain 2, 1, 2, and then we work back down until we get to that bar right there. So it's going to be 11 half double crochets down. Et moi? Oui, j'aime, j'aime le. Oh, I read that weird. Je peux parler en français un peu, mais pas bon. I've always done ribbing to the top. Oh, interesting. Okay, so we chain 2 and we turn back down, and we're going to half double crochet back down 11 times. So 1, working only in the back loop. 2, 3, 4, 5. For me, that's going to be 11 because we're going to stop 1 stitch before the end, which is going to be stopping at that bar. And I don't know if I said this last live stream, but this was actually one of the first patterns I ever wrote. It went through a lot of iterations, especially this brim, before I figured it out. Okay, so we did our 11 half double crochets down, working only on that back loop. You can kind of see how that ribbing is going to work now. See? And that, again, it's going to be ribbing on both sides too. And it's going to be elastic and, yeah, just look kind of cool. It's nice because you can either wear this brim like out or in. I don't know if that makes too much sense. You'll see when we get to the end. Okay. So in this bar here, we're going to go into that bar. And again, if you don't have that bar, that means you turn around the wrong way, and that's fine. You can just go somewhere else on your piece, like just into that hole or wherever. And you're just going to yarn over and pull through, and then get your hook into the first stitch on the rim, the connecting stitch, which is going to be the one closest to you right here. Pull a second loop through. Now you should have 3 on the hook, and you're going to yarn over and pull through all of those loops. And then we'll just slip stitch 3. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to turn our piece going clockwise. Skip the 3 slip stitches, so 1, 2, 3. Yarn over, and we're going to do half double crochets all the way up it, working into the back loops only, skipping those 3 slip stitches. So you can kind of see the repetition now. It's going to be very repetitive. 1, 2, 3. And just working back up it. Yeah, I studied French for, Fenton says that she likes my French accent, which is very sweet. I studied French for 4 years in college, and then I spent like a study abroad in France for a little bit, so I know a little bit of French. I'm not great at it, but it's definitely the only other language that I'm any good at. And Jules and I went to Paris last year. We didn't go into the Eiffel Tower because the line was just crazy big, and we just didn't want to wait in a huge line to go to the Eiffel Tower and just be up there with a crowd of people. So we'll have to go back. We just figured, oh well, we'll just have to go back. Yeah, we love Paris. It's amazing. And when I studied abroad in France, I actually never went to Paris. I went to, I just spent the entire time in the south of France, near Nice, in Montpellier. It was very fun. What did I just do here? Oh boy. There we go. Okay, so we worked our way back up. Now we're working back down. To go down, we're just chaining 2. 1, 2. And then half double crochet into the back loops all the way down. If you want to follow this along a little bit slower, I would suggest going to clubcrochet.com/beanie. That's where I have a full video tutorial, in which I explain it a little bit slower, and you can follow along with the written pattern, which has a bunch of photos and stuff that help out. You're from Nice. You live in a wonderful, wonderful place. It's probably really hot now, though. Yeah, Eiffel Tower is just a tourist trap. It wasn't. It just wasn't worth it. We'll go up there eventually. So I got down to the bottom and now I'm doing my slip stitches up. I just did it really quick. I'm just gonna kind of work a little bit faster now. Let me know if you want a little bit slower of an explanation. Again on the brim there. Looks like Jace just got here and is a little late. But that's okay, Jace. It's not too tough. Let me know if you want me to explain this a little bit for you, Jace. Oh, I'd love to go see Germany. I would love to go see Germany. I want to go to Berlin really bad. Someday we'll be able to travel again. Jules and I think the first place we want to go to, though, when we can finally travel again, is Japan. I want to go back to Japan. We went to Kyoto and Tokyo last year, and it was magical. Kyoto is just actually a place of magic. Isabel, I'll check those emails after the live stream, and I'll email you back. All right, so we worked all the way back up, and now we're working back down. Yeah, there was just something about it. And everybody was so nice in Japan. It was just great. We got to go on like 3 trips last year. We spoiled ourselves because this year we can't go on any trips. But we signed up for this website called Scott's Cheap Flights. And they just send you deals like every day. They're like, hey, you want to go to Mississippi today? It's really cheap. It's just like random places. And you just have to wait for the place that you want to go to. But it's crazy cheap. I think our whole trip to Japan, our round trip straight there and back was $500, $600, something like that. It was crazy. And we had like a rail pass, so we didn't have to pay for any transit when we were there. It was just awesome. It was so cool. And we also went to Disney World last year because my brother worked there. So he got us like free tickets to go to Disney World and stuff. But our trip to Disney World cost. We went for 3 days, and our whole trip cost more than our week-long trip to go to, like significantly more than our week-long trip to go to France and London. It was, yeah. So that was when we were like, all right, maybe we're just gonna go other places from now on. And we didn't even like Disney World. I mean, I've been there a few times and it's fine, but I don't know. We got really sick and it was hot and I don't know. It's Florida. Not super into Florida, personally. It's too hot. Too sweaty. Kind of like being under these hot lamps here. Except for more humid. Alright, we worked back up. And we're going to turn around and work back down. Did you guys hear about the cicadas coming out this year? So there are these cicadas that they lie dormant underground for 17 years. And then every 17 years they come out and they terrorize. They completely take over the places where they come out because they come out in such great numbers and they just reproduce and then they lay their eggs underground and then in another 17 years it happens again. Well, it's happening this year in 2020 and that's wild. Just another thing this year. It's crazy. It's just crazy. 2020 is, we had such high hopes for it. I don't know about you guys, but I had very high hopes for 2020 and it's not a good year. It's a rough one. It is a rough one to say the least. But you know, start the decade low, and then it'll be high by the end of the decade, right? Hopefully. All right, now we're just working our way around. 1, 2, and 3. The brim, I find, is significantly more fun to do than the main part of the beanie, because it's just more interesting. There's more to do and more to think about. It's like, it just seems more fun to me. I need to get a better chair for these live streams though, because, or a better, actually the best thing I could do is get a better camera, so I don't have to keep like, it's right here. It's literally right there. So I have to go like, to look from this side and then from this side to make sure I'm getting the right stitches. Yes, Fenton. Fortunately, we can still crochet. We always got crochet to lean back on here. That's one of the, I think, the coolest parts about crochet is that not only you can do it anywhere. You can do it anywhere at any time. You can make anything. It's the best art form ever. Here we go. It's mathematical, but also it's like expressive, and it's free form. You can plan things out, or you can just go and do it, and it'll either work out or it won't work out. And if it doesn't work out, it's not a big deal, because you can just take it apart and reuse the materials again. It's not like if you're drawing something, you have to throw away that whole page if you don't like what you're working on. You can just undo it, and you can reuse that same materials. I love crocheting. I don't know if you guys knew that. It's a big secret. It's a big secret that I love crocheting. You tried to do it at the park, but you had to watch over your baby boy. Yeah, I guess it can be a little bit difficult when you've got a baby or an animal that is demanding attention. But at least they can't mess it up. Like if you were going to be painting or sculpting or whittling or whatever, you know, I don't know. I think crochet is often thought of as a hobby or a like a craft, an arts and craft, but I truly believe that crocheting is an art, and it should be treated as such. 1, 2, 3, and we're gonna work our way back up. As I say that as I'm making, a beanie, which is, I mean, I guess there's some artistic value to designing and making this beanie, but right now I would say it's being worked as more of a craft. But I truly think that it can and should be considered more of an art than it is right now. And I'm gonna try to push that as much as I can whenever I can. Okay. You've made your boy so many things: beanies, shoes, sweaters, and he's not even 2. I feel like I'm always nervous. Well, I guess nervous isn't the right word. I don't know. I'm always a little excited to have a child one day and crochet him a bunch of things, but I know it's just going to take over my life. All my crocheting is going to change so much when I have a kid. I'm just going to be focused on baby things. And I think I already am a little bit focused on that. And that's why my mom always requests, my mom has this mom tax of crocheting. So whenever I make something, I always send her a copy of whatever I made. So she's got, milkshakes, and I need to send her one of these bonsai trees, but she's got like dinosaurs and all this other stuff. And And I know she's just saving them so that one day when I have a kid, she can be like, and here's this little toy today, and here's that little toy. Which I think is kind of cool. It's a little exciting. Speaking of dinosaurs and little toys, let's work our way back up this round, and then I'll show you some of these new patterns that I'm working on for Club Crochet, which will be coming out pretty soon. I'm trying to work on a new home page to come out next week on the website. So clubcrochet.com is going to have a new home page when you're signed in, I mean. And one of the cool features that's going to be on that new home page is we're going to start a poll. And I'm going to try to do it monthly to vote on what next month's theme will be. And one of the themes to vote on next month is going to be dinosaurs. And I'd like to show you a couple of the dinos that I've been working on. I want to come out with one more, I think, but I'm going to start out with the cutest one that I think is my favorite one. Or maybe I should start, yeah. So this one is, the pattern is pretty solid, and if you're a Club Crochet member, you actually have access to this pattern right now. It's in its rough draft form because I haven't finished a video, I haven't done photos for it, but it's a little T-Rex. This is to match the Triceratops that I've made. So this pattern is probably going to be coming out in a month or two. We're going to be voting on it pretty soon. So this one's pretty. I think this is one of my proudest patterns that I've made because it's all worked in one piece except for this thing and the tail, I guess. But it's very simple to crochet. And the hardest part is the feet. The feet are a brand new stitch that I had to invent just for this pattern. But it's just so easy. And then here's another one of those dinos. Oh, and here's what it's supposed to be mimicking, by the way. Is like kind of, I'm trying to work them all around this Triceratops pattern so that they kind of work thematically together. So you can see the sizing and just kind of the style is very similar. And here's another one. A little Stegosaurus. Pretty cute, really easy to make. And then the last one, oopsies, that is not finished, but that I am working on. This one's just a, this one also, the rough draft is coming to Club Crochet very soon. And then the last one that I'm working on a rough draft for it, it's kind of hard to make, is it's like a little raptor. It's so cute. I'm very, very proud of this. And its feet are actually with pipe cleaners, so you can like bend them in a different way. I kind of want to make this more of a Spinosaurus than a raptor because size-wise, it's about the same size as a T-Rex. And, you know, raptors are tiny. So I'm trying to make it a little bit smaller, but make it so you can make it into a raptor. But right now it currently like sits down. Like it's like sitting there going, oh, hello. Like that. Hello. I think this guy's the cutest one. But I need to figure out how to write the pattern a little bit easier because he's kind of tricky to make right now. Anyhow, so those are patterns coming up very soon for Club Crochet members. So if you want to have access to those patterns early, become a Club Crochet member. clubcrochet.com. Right, Emilio? Isn't the T-Rex good? I'm also thinking about a new tabletop game to work off of for those dinos. So I'm trying to make enough so that I can make a big bundle of a kit, a new kit for the dinosaurs, so you can make a bunch of different kinds of dinosaurs. Because right now I have a Triceratops, a Brontosaurus. Now I'll have a T-Rex, a Stegosaurus, and then hopefully a raptor or a Spinosaurus. And I'm thinking it would be really cool to make a board game that's very similar, well, not similar, but like it's got kind of a, you know, like a kind of like a Candyland feel to it. A somewhat simple board game with an actual board. I don't know if you know about it, but Stitched is a tabletop game that I made where you crochet all your pieces, and so I want to do something kind of similar, but maybe for little bit easier, a little bit younger of a demographic. So the idea would be that you crochet each of these dinos, and if you order the kit, it'll come with a board that you can actually just like unfold. And the idea is going to be a volcano in the middle, and you can crochet the volcano, but you don't have to. And you have all these dinosaurs, and you have to escape the island before before the other people on the game do. I don't know. It's still definitely in its early ideas, but I think it'd be pretty fun to do and a great way to encourage more people to crochet these little dinos. I just need to work on the idea of what goes into this game. What does the board look like? I might need to hire an illustrator to help design a board. I don't know. I hope you guys like getting. I think one of the fun things about doing these live streams is that I get to kind of tell you guys all the thoughts and things that are going into that I'm working on for Club Crochet, and it encourages me more to make them because I say it out loud, and now I can't. It's already out there. Now I have to make it. Another early access one, which this one is actually the pattern that kind of spawned the T-Rex. Well, let me finish a few more rounds and then I'll show it off. But it's another. I'll show you what the other patterns that we'll be voting on for next month are. So it'll be between dinosaurs, which you just saw. It won't be all those dinosaurs, by the way, if that one wins. It'll only be probably the T-Rex and the Stegosaurus or something like that. But it'll be for a kit for them. The other one is for stitched pieces, so I'll show you. So you show you some of them in just a sec. And 3. Turn that around. 1, 2, 3. Working back up it. Yeah, every pattern that I do has a full video tutorial. The difference is, and this is something that I'm adding to the new web design. So if I've kind of talked about it a little bit, how there's a new homepage and things like that, but the whole website's kind of getting a new upgraded look to it. I've been working on new things for the shop and for how to access all the patterns a little bit easier, stuff like that. And one of the things that I'm adding is access to my rough drafts. And rough drafts are patterns that I've written down, but I haven't really tested them out. There's no video for it. There's no photos for it. I just kind of want to make it a little bit easier for. I just kind of like a cool little behind the scenes look at the things that I'm making, and that you can test out, and you can let me know what you think about it and help me kind of redesign it before I publish it. And that's going to be access only for members. I'm working on a video to explain all the new updates to the website. Basically I don't know if you remember, but I used to do monthly hookups. That's what I called them, where I would show you all the new things for Club Crochet, the new patterns, stuff like that. So I'm trying to work on another one of those. I probably won't do them monthly. It'll be more of like a whenever I have news to share. But this next one that I'm working on I've got a lot of info to share, so there's kind of a lot to write down. Because Crocheting 101 got a whole new revamp as well, and stuff like that. Okay, let me get to the top of this row rather, and I'll show you the other pattern we'll be voting on. Just a sec. D&D map says stitched. Yeah. See, I think it's going to be a tough decision for people to make. Do they want more dinos or do they want stitched? I think the stitched pattern is pretty cool because it's not just for stitched. It's going to also be well, let me just show you. So The one pattern that I don't have yet for stitched, which I needed to fix, was the relic. Let me show you. So this is the old relic, and this is the other pattern that we'll be working on, or that we'll be voting on. This one's the old one. He's missing even a gem right there. But this is the new one. It's more of like a tiki kind of style. So the other pattern we'll be voting on is how to make either, you can either call it a tiki or the relic. And along with this, if this pattern gets voted on, we'll also be coming out with the new pattern for kobolds, which are kind of like mini dragons, which you can see is there's a lot of inspiration for how the T-Rex came from this pattern. You can see that little overbite was a very similar design, and I teach how to make it into like a bunch of different styles, so different spikes. So it's kind of like a new kind of goblin. It's got new abilities for stitched and stuff like that, so it's a new piece. Yeah, so these are the other ones we'll be voting on for the pattern to come out. This one is already in the rough drafts. This one will be in the rough drafts next week. So I'll be sharing what that means in the new update video that's coming out soon. So this is the second stuff that we'll be voting on. So it'll either be between stitched pieces, new stitched characters, new stitched pieces, or new dinosaur pieces. And don't worry, both of those patterns will come out eventually. It's just which one are we gonna do first, you know? Because I want to make it more fun and more interactive for other people, because it's called Club Crochet, and so I want other people to be involved in it, which obviously you guys are very involved in it. But I want you to be involved in the decisions that I make going forward for Club Crochet as well. Okay, let's keep working on this beanie here. Oh, you need to check it out, Beth. Stitched, it's the coolest. It's the coolest game ever. I'm telling you. Here, I'll share it with you in the chat right now. If you don't know what Stitched is, go here. StitchedTheGame.com. So if you go there, I have videos where I explain all the rules and everything like that. How do you see the rough drafts on the website? So if you actually, let's see, if you just search rough drafts on like the search bar on the website, that's the easiest way right now to access the rough drafts. You'll need a membership account, which I'm pretty sure you already do. But that's the easiest way to probably find it right now. Soon, when I add the new homepage in, which I'll probably work on tonight, it'll probably be up on Monday or Tuesday. But when there's a new homepage, it's going to be right on the homepage. It's going to say, like, check out Louie's Rough Drafts. Yeah, but right now, the easiest way is just to search for Rough Drafts. You can find it that way. Again, you will need a membership to access those Rough Drafts, however. Okay, we got to start working quicker here if we want to finish this beanie. I think we're about halfway done with the brim, but I have been obviously taking a lot of breaks to show off some crochet stuff. It's just so hard not to. I really like chatting with you guys and hanging out. By the way, next week's live stream, we'll be making a bonsai tree. So if you want to join next week's live stream, we'll be doing that bonsai tree pattern. I won't be teaching how to crochet the bonsai tree. We'll just be crocheting it together. And then I'm thinking the week after that, we'll start the movie nights. So I'm going to start doing like switching off movie nights, stuff like that. Zachary asks, when do the monthly kits get mailed out? So what he means is if you're a Club Crochet Pro member, you get monthly kits mailed directly to your door. And monthly kits, I think, were either mailed out yesterday. If they're not mailed out yesterday, they'll be mailed out Tuesday because Monday is a holiday. So they'll be out on Tuesday. Yeah, my dad is the one that helps me put the kits together. So we've been trying to figure that out. The bonsai tree kit was really difficult for us to get set up because the materials kept coming. First they came wrong, and then they were late, and it was just like a real mess. but we finally got it figured out. So they'll be in the mail on Tuesday for sure. They might already be in the mail now. And Zachary, your kit, and so Zachary ordered some extra eyes and an extra crochet hook as well, which you can order on clubcrochet.com. And those are actually coming separate. I know that you said in your chat that you could, or in the message on there, that you would be okay if they came together, but they're actually coming separate because it just was easier for us because I wanted you to get them earlier. And I think I sent you a sticker as well with the other stuff. How do we vote on the patterns, stitched or dinos? We'll be voting once the homepage is done. So probably on Tuesday or whenever is when we'll start the voting. And it'll be until the end of the month, basically. And it'll just be right on the homepage. It'll be like, you just scroll down and it'll say like, what pattern do you want to see next month? Dinosaurs or stitched characters? Beth, it is $5 a month for a regular Club Crochet membership. That gives you access to the website, to all my patterns and stuff. And then it's for the first month it's free. So, or for the first 12 days, I think it's free for the Club Crochet membership. And then for a pro membership, it's $10 a month for the first month. And then it goes up after that. It says it right on the website, if you go to the site, though, as well. I think you also get a promo code, so all the other kits get free shipping. It should be that way. I'm still trying to figure out how to make it work right. The website has some stuff that isn't working correctly right now. So I'm trying to get it so that if you have a membership account, if you order anything from the website, you'll get free shipping. But like a lot of things on that site, it is a work in progress. And I do not have much coding experience, so it is very difficult for me. But I'm trying my best. I also have a job, so I gotta do that too. Yeah, Isabel, what I mean by voting is we'll be voting on on what patterns to be coming out next month. And if you were here last week, you'll also see you'll also know of some other patterns that are coming out soon, some collaboration patterns. So Sir Pearl Grey is what he goes by online. He is an amazing amigurumi artist, and we've worked with him in the past. I've done a couple collaborations with him in the past, but this time we're doing some Animal Crossing patterns. So those should be coming out very soon as well. I'm waiting for the yarn to get here so that I can do the video. Emilio, okay. Well, thank you so much for joining, dude. And yeah, I'll see you next week. Come hang out with me. We'll go on a social distancing walk together on the beach. Okay, so Fenton has a question concerning the beading pattern. She made one with her boy, but with half double crochets instead of single crochets for the body. So you used a base of 8 stitches instead of 6. Okay. Should I divide by n by 8 or 6 to know how many rows I have to make for the increasing part? If you started with 8, you're going to have to do 8 again. Yeah, you're going to have to divide by 8, not by 6. I think it might be complicated when it comes to the brim, but I think you'll be all right. See you, Emilio. Yeah, I think you should divide by 8, when it comes to these rim stitches. I'm pretty sure it'll be fine. It's just, did you turn after each row or round when you were working on the body in half double crochets? Did you turn, or did you just keep working around in the spiral like we do in this pattern? I'm just curious. It won't really change how your beanie looks. I'm just curious about how you do it. Asian dude, how you doing, homie? Dude, that guy, okay, so he just joined the chat. he has been making some goblinoids, some goblin characters, and posting them on the Stitched subreddit. So if you make little Stitched characters, check out that subreddit. It is super cool. It's a subreddit where we just share little crocheted things. Well, sometimes they're not crocheted, but usually crocheted pieces of Stitched characters and stuff like that. And he's been making a bunch. He's been doing like one a day. He's got a little he's got one with a little goblin with an eye patch. He's got one with it looks like it's got quarter creeps, which is like this fake disease that my goblinoids are getting now. It's just really cool. You should go check it out. It's very, very cool. He's got one with a like a mace that he made. You're a very talented crocheter, little dude. You are very good. Keep up the good work. But yeah, Stitch subreddit. If you are a Redditor, check it out. It's reddit.com/r/stitched with no E. Just STITCHD. No E. All right, we're flying now. We're flying. Oh, Melbell, thank you very much. Melbell, you are great. Heck yes, please tag me in a photo on Instagram when this is done. In fact, anybody, if you are crocheting right now during this live stream, post a picture of what you made on Instagram if you're comfortable. Obviously, don't do it if you're not comfortable, but if you are comfortable, post a picture and post it with hashtag Club Crochet, or you can also tag me. I'm, if you want to tag me personally, I'm at Louis Loops, just LOUIESLOOPS. And if you want to tag Club Crochet, which I suggest you tag both of them, you can tag it with club.crochet, at club.crochet. But definitely post it with hashtag Club Crochet. That's the easiest way for me to see it. Yeah, please do. I will gladly reshare it too. I mean, if you're comfortable, I'll ask for your permission first. But if you do post it there, I'd love to see it. And you can see we're coming pretty close to the end here. I think we're at like the last third of our pattern. Kind of looks like a helmet right now. I'm going to be sending this beanie to... I kind of want it for myself, to be completely honest. But I promised my aunt that I would make it for her niece, which I guess is she's my second cousin. Her name's Riley. So this is going to Riley, who I haven't seen in a very, very long time, but I hope she likes it. Last time I saw her, she was very short because she was a child. And now she is apparently very tall. Taller than I am. But it hasn't been that long. It's been like 3 or 4 years. So I don't know how it's possible to grow that big. But apparently it is. Apparently it is. But it was her birthday, and my Aunt Pam asked if I could make a beanie, and I was like, oh, I got you covered. I'm doing a beanie next week anyhow. So I'll just send that one to Riley. Oh my gosh, it's 7 a.m. Either go to bed or go to school. Oh my gosh, you got to go to school? All right, well, Asian dude, thank you so much for joining. Pasta pizza dude. I know we're missing Abraham. I noticed that too. All right, let me finish one more of these rows, and then I'm going to take a coffee break just for a sec. It's good. I always like to end my rows, like when I'm going to take a break, I like to end it when I'm coming back up the brim instead of going down. So I just went down it I like to end it when I'm up here, so I don't forget where I'm at. 1, 2, 3. I gotta tell you about this show that I started watching on Netflix. It's called The Great Flower Fight, or The Big Flower Fight, or something like that. It's awesome. It is this, it's a challenge show, kind of like The Great British Bake Off. If you haven't watched The Great British Bake Off, go check that out. It's a really good show. But the flower fight is a challenge show where they build giant, like, hedge flower sculptures out of sometimes live flowers, sometimes dead flowers, sometimes grasses. It's so cool. You definitely should go check it out. It's on Netflix. Just go on Netflix and search flower and you'll find it. Melbo's having her first thunderstorm in Animal Crossing right now. I still haven't had a thunderstorm. I haven't played it in the past few days, though. All right, see you later, Isabel. Does anything special happen in thunderstorms? Or is it just cool? I mean, other than, like, the fish. You could catch some cool fish, but, like... I wonder if anything else cool happens. I have a sleeping cat right there. He's so cute. He's so asleep. Oh, he just woke up because he knew I was talking about him. All right, let's keep rocking and rolling. Zachary, you haven't had a meteor shower yet? Man, you need a meteor shower. Those things are so cool. That was like my first or second night playing Animal Crossing. I got a meteor shower. And I just spent the entire night, like, honestly, 5 or 6 hours, just having it on with my headphone in, waiting for the sound of a meteor, and then pressing A over and over again for like 6 hours. I got so many star shards. I've got like hundreds of them in my inventory. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them all, but they're pretty cool. Because I don't even have any like star patterns really. Just kind of collecting them. I've got some, but like it's I've got the Aries rocking chair, which, you know, what, I don't want that. I don't really need to make that for anything. Beth asks, does it have the patterns for the stitched figure patterns on it? Yes. I think you're talking about, does the membership have it? Yes, they do. So if you want to find the patterns for that, here's a better way to get them. The goblinoids.com. Oh, that didn't work out right. See if I can, let's try that again. Thegoblinoids.com. Does that work? Yeah. That's where you can find the stitch patterns a little bit easier. But yeah, if you're a Club Crochet member, you'll have access to all those, to all the stitched patterns, every one of them, even the rough draft ones like the kobold and the mushroom. That's another stitched pattern. There's little mushroom men, look like this guy. Little mushroom guys. That's another stitched pattern. Another character that you can play with. It's a really cool game. I think the coolest part about the game is that you don't need a board or anything to play with. All you need is a 6-sided dice and a playing card. Because you measure the distance of how far your characters move with a playing card, and you determine all your stats, like how much you do damage for, how much you're defending for, things like that, with one 6-sided dice. So it's really very easy to play. You just need to make the pieces is all. And you don't even need to crochet the pieces. I mean, I suggest crocheting the pieces because I think it's cool with the crocheted pieces. But you can actually play it with any kind of pieces, because you're measuring the distance and everything from the base of your character, from like the very bottom of it. So you can make your pieces out of whatever you want as long as they are the same size in diameter. So small characters are 1.5 inches in diameter, and large characters are 2.5 inches in diameter. So as long as they fit those sizes, you can make them out of anything you want. Origami, clay, Legos. My dad is just created a metalworking shop in the barn out back. So he's got this really big barn outside, and he turned it into it was just like for storage, and he turned it into a metalworking shop, and it looks so good. And so I keep telling him that he's got to make some metal stitched pieces to play a game with me. I think he's going to do it too. Yes, absolutely. Come here. Jules is saying hi. This is Jules, my girlfriend.
Hello. I'm in the other room doing like 3 Zooms today.
Yeah, she is very busy.
Very busy Sunday.
She did, you did a, how was your reading with your friends?
For those who don't know, I'm an actor. So we did a little reunion of a play I did in high school, actually, which was super fun. Not everyone still does theater after high school, which made it even better. We had a blast. We're going to pick it up again next Sunday. And then I just got off of a knitting group call, which was super informative.
That was a quick one.
Yeah, you can like come and go. It's a group of us that are local yarn shops, designers, and dyers.
Oh, give yourself a shout out right now, because I don't think they knew that.
Yeah, so I'm Jules. I knit and I design knitwear. So if you are a knitter or you want to learn how to knit, come check out my Instagram, which is knit by Jules, Jules.
Here, I'll just put it in the chat while you're talking.
Yeah, do that. And I'm also on Ravelry and love knitting / love crochet or love crafts, whatever they call it. And then after I eat lunch now, I'm going to go do a rehearsal for another stage reading, which will happen next Sunday. So busy.
Yes, she's very busy today.
Hi, Lizzie. Hi, Beth. Hi, Mel.
But being busy, that's kind of fun. And we have off tomorrow. So it's kind of...
We do have off tomorrow, thank God.
Yeah.
Because
nice.
I need a day off very badly.
Yeah,
It's going.
It's
going.
Almost there.
Yeah,
we're almost there. I think
That's
we
awesome.
got we might end up at another 2 hours. The last live stream was 2 hours. I think this one might also be 2 hours.
Very cool.
And then next week we're making a bonsai tree, I think. I want to try to do that fairy garden bonsai tree idea that I had the other day.
Totally. Well, I'll leave you to it.
Okay.
Hi, everybody. Bye, everybody.
Hi, bye. Zachary's adding you on Ravelry right now.
Thank you, Zachary.
All right. Keeping rocking on, going on, doobity dooba. Scoobity dooba doobity ba ba. Isabel's got a really big chat and video delay. It might... Wait, 2 things. 1, Isabel, I'm pretty sure you said you were going to bed. So, I saw that. 2, the video might actually just be like... You might need to go to the end of it. You might be watching it early on. Or it could just be a big lag. Right? A fairy fountain bonsai tree. Isn't that a cool idea, Sarah? So I'm going to do one that looks like it's going to be a fairy fountain from Legend of Zelda with the bonsai tree pattern. That's my goal for next Sunday. It's going to be a long one though, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to make that whole thing. It might be like a 2-week kind of situation. I need to order the bonsai tree pot first. All right, coming to the end here. We only got a few more rows. Bum, 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 bum. we go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, Fenton, you gotta go. 11:30 and baby wakes up at 7 no matter how early or late you go to bed. All right, Fenton. Hope to see you next week. Thank you so much for joining. That is so cool that you're able to watch from France, by the way. I mean, you're probably gone now, but it is very neat. It's just so cool that people are watching all over the world. It's so cool. I don't know how you all found me, but it's so cool. I don't know where Phoebe is. Jimbo's right here. He's looking at me menacingly. So I want to complain for just a second because my cousin, well, my cousin's boyfriend, but my cousin and my cousin's boyfriend texted me today at 8 a.m., which I sleep in pretty much all the time, but I definitely sleep in on Sundays. I mean, it's Sunday. So she texts me at 8 a.m. to say, hey, we're running outside your place right now if you want to come say hi. And I'm like, psh, girl, you know I'm asleep. And you're just texting me to brag about running. Oh, we get it. You exercise. 8 a.m. on a Sunday. I'm pretty sure you get arrested for that kind of stuff. You should be. It's the day of rest. You're supposed to sleep all day. Everybody knows that. Sleep until noon and then crochet until 3. That's the rules of Sundays. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we go. Looks like we only got 2 more. Yeah. It was a bear chasing her because that's the only reason I'd run. I agree. I go on long walks, but not runs. Nuh-uh. Yeah, also it's quarantine. Thank you, Beth. I agree. No Phoebe around. No Phoebe in sight.
She's hiding behind her desk.
Maybe she's hiding in the closet. Go click together some of her food bowls. She'll run out after they do that. I'll let you know if she was in here. Your Sarah says that her son wakes up at 6:30 every morning. Doesn't matter what day it is. Oh my gosh, 6:30 a.m. Ugh. The only way I'm up at 6:30 a.m. is if I'm still up at 6:30 a.m. I wake up very late. It is getting toasty under these lights here. I think 2 hours is my limit for these live streams. After 2 hours, I just get so, like, tired and warm. It gets so warm under these lights. Oh, I think Jules found Phoebe. She's laughing. She must have found her in a weird place. She's probably hiding under the bed or something. She was in your shoes. She was in a drawer of her shoes. Uh-oh. I'm okay. Just a couple sneezes is all. Is that a comfortable place to sleep? Is on top of her shoes, Phoebe? Okay, so we're coming up to the final row of our piece now. We're gonna be going down and then back up, and then we're gonna just sew it together. Easy as squeezy pie. Yeah, that's right, squeezy pie. Order it now from Wendy's. Squeeze those pie juice right into your mouth. Ugh. Zachary, pasta la pizza, my friend. Thanks for joining. Go get some grub. I feel that. I had some eggs right before this, but I need to eat more after this. I'm really bad at eating, though. As some veteran live streamers may know, I am not great at eating. Make a pizza. That's one heck of a meal. I'm jealous. We made a pizza last night. I think we made a pizza last night. It would have been no, it was last night. Talk to you later, dude. Okay, so we're at our last one here, and you'll know that it's the last one because we only got 3 more stitches there, and then we'll work back up and then sew it back down. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right, so we're at the top here. And to finish this guy up, we're just going to sew these 2 ends together, and how you're going to do that is we're just going to cut the end. You want to leave a long enough end, so I would just say like that's probably good. You might even need a little bit less than that. Just like that. And just pull it, you want to chain 1 and pull that all the way through. Like that. And we'll thread this on a needle, and we're just going to sew it up the 2 sides together. So you'll see how these 2 ends meet right there? We want to just sew those together. So I just go into one of the chains here, into the top one at the top there, and then just into the back loop of this next one. Like, you know how if we were crocheting down, we would work in the back loop? So you want to do the same thing. You just want to work into that back loop. And we're just going to keep doing, it's called a whip stitch. You just keep going around and around. 1, 2, like that. And this will go all the way down to the bottom. And then all we need to do is hide the end in. You can knot the end if you want to, if you think it's going to come undone. I'm not really worried about it coming undone. I've never had a beanie come undone. But if you think that it might, then you should knot the end. Okay. Beth, this is your first live stream? Wow, that's awesome. Thank you so much for joining. And I'm glad that you like my patterns. I work really hard on them, so I always think it's so cool that people actually make them. I know that seems really funny, but truly, like, I just think it's awesome that people are making the things that I designed. It's just like so cool. Okay, so we're at the bottom here, and I'm just gonna go in around, I don't know, somewhere. Just hiding the end in here. And I'm just gonna go into the front of these single crochet stitches along the border of of the rim. Just a few of them like that. And we're just going to pull that in. Pull it tightish. Tightish. And then cut that. And we have finished our beanie. Ba-ba-da-ba. We're just going to pull that rim up like that. Give it a little stretch. Try it on. Ready? Moment of truth. I like to find the back. Hey, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. The nice thing about these beanies too is they do stretch out a little bit. So I think personally this is exactly the fit that I like. I like a little nice tight fit on my head so that it doesn't go anywhere. I think it looks pretty good. Oh, I hope Riley likes this. I think she will. That looks so good though. Man, I love that pattern. Little skull cap. And so the cool thing about this pattern is that you can open the rim. You know, you can open it like that. So it was folded up. You can open it, and then you can wear it like a baggy beanie. Like that. See? Like a little saggy baggy beanie. Yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. So next week, wow. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let's put this down right here. We'll ship that out. I'm going to ship that out on Monday. But next week, or Tuesday, I guess. Next week, we're going to be making this bonsai tree right here. So come join us on next Sunday. If you would like to, subscribe down below and hit that little bell icon, and it'll notify you whenever we do live streams like next Sunday. You also should get an email about a live stream if you're signed up with an account on clubcrochet.com. Thank you guys so much for joining. I really appreciate it. And yeah, you guys rock. You guys make my Sundays so much better because I'm going to be crocheting anyhow, and it's just fun to hang out with other people while I do it. So yeah, we'll be doing next Sunday, and look out this week for a video where I explain all the new updates.